I'm Bernardo Granwehr, Chief of Staff of the State Auditor's Office. And this video is for the Iowa Dream Project. One of the key purposes of the Iowa Dream Project is to stimulate discussion regarding conservative ideas. The State Auditor's Office is the taxpayer's watchdog. We audit all of state government. So my game plan is to take you inside state government, show you how it works, some of the things that I believe could be improved, and my general observations too. I am a lawyer, but I also have an economics background, which makes me a numbers guy. I can tell you that there is a big disparity in the number of jokes, lawyer jokes versus economist jokes. I wager all of you have heard lawyer jokes, but few, if any of you, have heard an economist joke. But today is your lucky day. If you'll indulge me, I'm going to tell you the one economist joke that I know, and I'll do it to illustrate a point about state government and government in general. So let's begin. There is a chemist, a physicist, and an economist, and they're stranded on a desert island with nothing to eat except for loads and loads of canned goods. So the only thing is there's no obvious way to open them. So they put their heads together and figure out how we open them. The chemist starts and says, well, what we can do, we can boil some water, put the cans inside, and the pressure difference, the pressure increase in the interior of the cans as they heat up will blow up the cans, and voila, jackpot. But the other two thought that would probably be a little too messy, so they decided they would keep brainstorming. So the physicist took a turn and said, well, what we could do is we could use the power of leverage and construct basically what amounts to a can smasher and smash the contents out of the cans. But the other two thought that would probably be too messy as well, so they agreed to keep exploring ideas. So they asked the economist, and the economist said, thought about it for a second, said, first, let's assume there's a can opener. Now, I'm not just saying this because I thought it was rip-roaringly funny. I did think it was actually kind of funny, but rather to make a point about making assumptions and the danger of doing so, especially in government. Just to give you one example in government, the most recent budget year, the governor comes out with a budget proposal, and one of the elements of his budget proposal was a revamp or an addition to the unclaimed property that we collect, a new category of unclaimed property, and that would basically be $40 million a year that would come into the state. The problem is with that it's never been tried in any other state, and the experts agree that probably litigation would ensue as a result of it. In other words, there would be companies that would resist this new category of unclaimed property being administered by the government. So there's a big question mark hanging over it, maybe overall, but definitely for the first year. And so the assumption is, the erroneous assumption, is that we'll not have any legal challenges and we'll start collecting $40 million a year starting the first year. Well, I can tell you that that's pretty much a pie-in-the-sky notion that they would get all the litigation out of the way within that first year. So, but in the meantime, that money has been committed, and there are people counting on it. And when the assumption turns out to be false, or it turns out to not be true, those people are going to be left high and dry. That's $40 million. It's not chump change in the context of the state budget, that's for sure. So we need to be really careful, like those people on the desert island, who are trying to figure out how to open these cans. They realize that assumed can openers don't open cans. Real can openers do. So we need to discard the assumptions and start dealing with reality as state government. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and look forward to the next time, of course. And if you want to find out more about the state's finances, a really good resource would be the auditor's website at auditor.iowa.gov.